Okay, so today we're starting our new unit, which is going to begin with what's been happening on the home front during World War One, slightly before. What technology has changed? What's happening within the American household? How are things changing for the average American? So, first, we've got our warm up for February 25th and 26th. You can click on it, open it up, and when you do, it'll have two slides, a picture. Now let's look closely at these two pictures. What's the same and what's different? So similarities. I see a woman in each. I see them both standing over some kind of bucket. They both look to be at home. She's inside, but the lady on the left is outside. Um, so now let's go to our questions. So what does it look like the two women are doing? Are they doing the same thing? Then, of course, what are three differences in the picture? Then look more closely at the women. How do they compare? The woman on the left looks older. She looks more tired. The lady on the right looks like she's got her makeup done. And she's not very tired. She looks fine. She's also inside. And then what is a fact you can state about history from these pictures? I'm going to let y'all come up with that conclusion yourself. Now, so we're going to be starting with our guided notes. And you'll see that not only is there a note page, which is what you're going to write on, you're going to open up copy of early 20th century technology. And then if you need it, the PowerPoint is also attached to this. I'm going to run through the PowerPoint and then we're going to run through the notes, but you can answer them as we go along as well. So, early 20th century technology. So what changed the standard of living in America post World War I and slightly before it? So, main question, how did affordable automobiles improve transportation? Results of improved transportation brought about affordable automobiles, which made for greater mobility. It means it's easier to move around and get around. It created jobs, and there was a growth of transportation-related industries, road construction, oil, steel, automobile. Then you need gas stations, you need people to fix the cars, all of that sort of thing. And now people didn't have to live within walking distance of their job. They could move farther to a less city area. So we have the creation and development of suburban areas. So we have our cities, which are going to be these. What we think of now would be like New York, Chicago. Suburbs, they're going to be more like just groups of houses, maybe a Walmart. But so Norfolk is it's not quite New York, but there are parts that aren't exactly suburban. So it's somewhere in the middle. And remember, rural means country, podunk, farms, cows, etc. And we also have the invention of the airplane by Orville and Wilbur Wright, the Wright brothers. So why were factories producing more goods in less time and selling them for a lower price? Because they were using the assembly line, which was perfected by Henry Ford, and it created the rise of mechanization, which is using machines instead of human labor. But also communication was changing. So increased availability of telephones, development of the radio and broadcast industry, and development of movies. So I know we've touched on this topic before in my class, but as the rise of mechanization changes, so do the jobs that people take on. And it's in this period where we do have the development of the radio industry and broadcast industry and movie industries that are not only opened up because of the new technologies, but because it allows for people to move away from having to work a farm to survive. Now we do see sports becoming a career. Acting is a career. Singing is a career now. Then we have the ways electrification changed American life. So it created these labor-saving products like washing machines, electric stoves, and water pumps, so indoor plumbing, basically. And then electric lighting, entertainment, so radio and cinema, and then improved communication. You could talk to grandma who lived across the country. Didn't have to, wait on a letter every 6 months. So, it's our picture from the warm-up. So, before electricity, we have out here, outside, the bucket and a squeezer, doing everything by hand, and then we have washing machines. We don't have wood-burning stoves, we have electric stoves that take a lot less time to heat up and are a lot easier to use. So there's just a couple ways that we saw changes in the early 20th century to American life. Now we're going to go back to the start and talk about this guided notes page. So you should open up, the file should say copy of early 20th century technology guided notes. Go to slide 2. So what were the results of more affordable automobiles? Let's go back to the slide. Let's see. So I don't know why it has 5, just ignore it. So we're going to have greater mobility, creation of jobs, growth of related industries, so like those gas stations and mechanics, and movement to suburban areas. I'm going to ignore number 5. Okay, so if you need to, pause it right here to fill out those slides. Okay, so our key question, who invented the first successful airplane? It's going to be the Wright brothers. What helped make labor in factories more productive? The assembly line was perfected by Henry Ford. What is mechanization? Use of machines instead of human labor. Factories could make products more quickly and with lower costs, so products sold for cheaper or less. Okay, again, if you need to get these answers down, I spelled right really wrong. Pause it right here. So, key question, what communication changes occurred in the 1920s? For this, let's go back to our PowerPoint. Because remember, history is about research. You don't have to remember every single little fact. So communication changes. We had increased availability of telephones. We have development of radio, broadcast, and the development of movies. So how did electricity change the standard of living in the United States? Let's go back. Created labor-saving products. Electric lighting. Entertainment. Improved entertainment and communication. So you need to pause here so you can go back and add these to your answer sheet. Go ahead and submit it once you fill it out, and then we'll move on to our independent assignment. Okay, so our last assignment is going to be our independent assignment. You're going to find in Ms. Webster's class, it'll say Edison video and questions. Now, there's going to be a video to watch and some reflection questions to answer. You may have to do it on a Word doc or a Google Doc if you're in Ms. Mendelis's class, but it's the same stuff. So watch the video, answer the questions. And that's all for today.